After early access, players had a very easier time leveling up. Blizzard will be making leveling harder and making changes. Wait, what? As players have jumped into the war within and begun leveling up, we've seen data and heard a great deal of feedback that players coming into Kaz Algar with in-game Dragonflight gear were extremely powerful relative to the initial content. It's entirely intended that effort put into gearing translates into a significant combat advantage at the start of a new expansion. But the values we've seen are extreme, often not even allowing for time for normal combat rotations. This disparity also caused mixed level groups to experience skewed results, with lower level players contributing drastically more than level 80s. Tomorrow, on Wednesday, the 28th, we're going to apply hotfixes in the game to address this. The hotfixes will be adjusting the scaling of the enemies of the war within to increase the power level of lower level enemies, bringing the duration of combat more in line with expected WoW behavior. These changes will be most noticeable at 70 and will have a reduced impact as your level increases. Enemies at 80 and above will be unchanged. Thank you. Gentlemen, this is what they get for not buying early access. It's what they deserve. That's right. Yeah, that's what they deserve. It's tax the poor. This is a poor tax. You obviously couldn't even play the game, and now that you can, it's harder. This is sounding a lot more like real life every day. I wonder if you can just buy money in this game. Like,
yeah, what up, Chaos? Yeah, I do work tomorrow, but what do I have to do tomorrow? I think I'm only working for like 4 or 5 hours. Yeah, this is live.
Like you can in real life. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Wow. Let's read some comments. Did people complain the mobs are dying too fast? Is this a thing? Of course they did. Because you have to understand that this is a problem that's identified by a developer at Blizzard who, I think the reason why they're identifying this problem is because they can't fix the scaling. Who is this a problem for? 6 people? Who cares? Why is this something that needs to be solved? Also, by the way, when I was back in, like, look, let me see if, let me think, what expansion did I level on stream? Asmon Gold, BFA leveling. So, gets the best weapon, journey to max level in Shadowlands. Okay, let's look at how I'm playing in Shadowlands, okay? Oh, is this a dungeon? Yeah, we're just totally farming everything. It's not even a big deal. Grouping everything up. This is in a dungeon as well. We're not even looking at anything. Immediately level 54. Okay.
Oh, good night, Chaos. Hope you have a good night, man. And a good day at work tomorrow.
Now we've got a boss fight here at level 53. Oh, here we go. He's dying, like, instant fucking taneously. I pop my cooldowns. He's dead. Look at that. It's just like, what are we talking about here? Like, I'm killing these mobs like it's nothing. This was in Shadowlands. I'm not even losing health. Where's Dragonflight? It's like we're fighting a level 79 elite, just like we were. Me and McConnell right here, just like we did back 2 days ago. Look at this. Big dicking a 79 elite, and we are level, like, what? 73, 72, or something like that? Look at this. It's not even close. So yeah, everything... No, we're level 60. We're 60 and we just killed a 70 elite. It was nothing. Look at McConnell. This is us fighting an elite. He's dead in like seconds. Let's get to another AoE pull. Oh, there's 3 mobs here. Level 61. Look at this. They're getting annihilated. My health didn't even go below, I'm prot. Look at this. This thing's dying in, like, literal seconds. Look at dungeon runs. Here we go. This is at level 70. Carmel's dead. That's the way she goes. It's okay. This is fine. Just run back whenever you guys are ready. Dog off this? Yeah, we're good. Okay, I got fire. Augmented heal. I really wish we could get a damage buff, because like it takes so... This is on Mythic or Heroic or something. It's not like this is on normal mode either. Long to solo the instance. It would just save a lot of time. I don't want to have to sit here like killing these mobs forever. It's fucking annoying. You guys see what I mean? It's like it just takes so long to... So, let's see if we can find another one. Where's another expansion? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This was Dragonflight, guys. So look at this idiot here. Look at this pathetic idiot. Barely killing one group of mobs. Let me show him how it's done, okay? Look at that scaly loser. Hey, wait a second. He's taking my mobs. There we go. We got him. Okay. Push them all back out of my Ravager. Thank you so much. I'm not even losing health. I really appreciate that. I didn't even lose any health. And that's just how it's done. And let's see what our loot is. I can't lose. I didn't even lose any health. Asmongold begins leveling in Wrath of the Lich King. Yes. Here we go. This is the best spec in the game. Yeah, and you guys are seeing why. Yep, just totally normal gameplay here. Unbelievable. Like, this is actually the way that people think. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Utgard Keep. What we're hoping to do, this is my plan. This is us doing Utgard Keep. Enough experience, here we go. Or not experience. I'll have enough. Know what I thought people here. This is the first dungeon. Look at that. Wrath of the Lich King. Look at the damage. We're basically soloing right here. A literal god at work. See that? What are we talking about? This was never a problem. Like, it's so funny to me that Blizzard is fixing this. Because I just want to show you guys that leveling has always been a joke. It's been a joke since Classic WoW. And really since Wrath. Like, Burning Crusade leveling was still kind of hard. Unless you were a Warlock, which then it wasn't. But if you were a normal class, leveling was a joke in Wrath. It was a joke in Kata. It was a joke in Mists. It was a joke in every other expansion. What are we talking about? Leveling needs to be changed. All they're doing, listen, this is what they're doing. They're stomping on the dick of the poor people who couldn't afford to buy the game early. That's what it is. They're dick stomping, and they want you to like it. That's right. The Chromie thing is stupid. Doesn't matter. It's stupid. That was easy. FOMO's detected it was nerfed successfully. Yes, this is kind of pointless. Who cares? I prefer not to hit like a limp noodle at 80 if we can make this a thing, please. I feel great at 80. I don't know. Shout out to everyone that hit 80 and won't have to deal with these changes. Fellas, we made it. Real value of early access. Early and often, as they say. They sure do. Another W for early access who had it easy, I guess. Are the WoW players trying to talk about this? Because, like, the WoW Reddit has been conditioned to be... I think that they've been successfully conditioned to be shit-eaters. They have been. And they've been very good and very obedient shit-eaters for a while. So I'm actually kind of curious to see what's going to happen here. So let's see what they're going to say. He gives me this vibe. Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. She not even hot, bro. She not even hot. Like, she just another crazy bitch. Like, let's be honest. Like, this is... Yeah, what do you mean? Like, she is? Yeah, but she could be way hotter. Like, she alright. She alright. Like, that's it. She looks worse now? Yeah. I'm just gonna say this in a vacuum. I would really support this. However, this time to make the change was actually a week ago. There's absolutely asinine to slow things down. I think it's so funny that people that bought early access is over, so let's make everything harder for the poor people. Gotta put my top hat on as monocle. That's what we should do. We should make a 40-man raid and go to the level 73s that are trying to quest and tell them, like, hey, you need to level faster. They're going to make leveling faster. We should do that. That'd be a really, really good idea. Let's go farm some pores. I think so. That's actually so smart. I want to do that.
Wait, they actually did that. I was just watching in this video. They're doing it right now.
That later on. That's poor planning. It is. Yeah, good one. I like that. And, yeah, scale their mobs. No, we'll just stand around them and watch them. And we'll be like, man, you sure do like killing these guys really fast, don't you? Well, it won't be the case tomorrow. It's going to be harder because you're poor. Just like real life, loser. Man, it must suck to not have any money. And we're all like, but you have to have a top hat, and you have to have like the same mount. Check my DM for my credit week. Right now, I'm doing this. I'll look later. Really dumb move by Blizzard. All my guildmates got early access, already have our alts to 80, and they're doing this to hurt people who didn't buy early access. Exactly. They're doing it on purpose to make people give them more money. That's right. So now, next time that Blizzard brings out an expansion, all of you poor people that didn't buy the expansion on early access, now you've learned your lesson. Yeah. You learned your lesson, and hopefully you've learned the error of your ways. Yeah, better start saving up now. Yeah, it's time to take out loans. Exactly. Isn't it only 10% really worth getting upset about? No, it's not that big of a deal, but it's just funny that it's happening.
That's crazy. I don't think I would have gotten it early either.
Heroics are out. Somebody in our raid chat just said the most fucked up shit. Oh god, what? He said they're hiding under the floorboards. Oh my god.
Someone said, what
Oh
does
my
that mean?
god, bro, it's fucked up. It is. That's
So, what does that mean?
it's really fucked up.
There's a cache of resources nearby.
Oh.
Find it before you have to fight over it.
Oh, really?
That's fucked up.
Where is it? Where does it is? I gotta go protection for my thing. Yeah. Middle to the right? I don't know. I don't see it. Guys, I don't know where they are. I think that they're on the beach. We've got to find them. They have to be here somewhere, okay? We have to look around. Expansion's canceled. Oh, maybe over here. There's a war supply up north. Oh, I want to go get that. Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna go get that. I need the gear. Sorry. To the stage manager. Ooh. They didn't buy the expansion. They don't know how to get gear. True. We gotta buy this shit right now. Or go get this. Are drops active now? Yeah, they should be active. Ooh, 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 ooh. Wait, what? There's no loot. Forge combatants heraldry? What? What the fuck? It doesn't just give me an item? Why did it not give me an item? It's craft for...
It's a... they're just looking for new players. And they're trying to kill them.
Right, bro, I was thinking I was about to get an item. I'm going fast, huh? Woo. Dragon riding was a really good addition to the game, I'll tell you that. We just need to keep an eye out for any low-level players so we can kill them for not spending money for playing the game early. Let's go, guys. Keep looking around. I love it. I actually like the old flying more. But I do this because it's more interesting to do on stream. But when I'm not on stream, I'm just like... Well, I've actually haven't really been playing at all, like even off stream at all. But when I would just normal fly. And just AFK.
I do. Sometimes I would take fly paths, even though it takes 10 minutes longer, just because I didn't want to. I just wanted to AFK it.
Imagine if every expansion had permanent additions like dragon riding. Well, like we had a few, right? I mean, like there were a few different like additions to the game that they added. Like BC brought in heroics, Wrath brought in difficulty modes, Kata brought in RBGs, Mists of Pandaria brought in scenarios. They got rid of those. I guess it brought in Mythic. Brought in Flying too. Like we got Warbands, yeah. This expansion brought in Warbands. Yeah, I mean like we've had more. But I do think the game definitely would have benefited more if they took more of the features and moved them forward. Buy your honor gear. What level is my honor gear? How many honor gear does it be to buy a thing? Because I have 157 honor gear. Can I buy anything with that? Probably not, right? No, okay. Forged Aspirant's Wargrave. What is? Oh, it's 558 item level. This shit sucks. I don't want that. Legion weapons should still be active with upgraded new character ability skins. Yeah, I don't know about that. I feel like getting a new weapon is a really big deal. Yeah, I don't know. I disagree with that. Ooh, people are doing heroics. Ooh. We're gonna wait here for like 10 more minutes, and if we don't see any low-level players, any seals, then we're gonna go to the heroics. WoW is...
He said, I don't want to PvP someone my level. If it's not clubbing seals, I don't want to do it.
is back forever. The game is finally good. You think so? You think it's finally good now? Is that true? Maybe it is. Maybe it's finally good. This is it. Blizzard is finally listening. I feel like for the people that like WoW, this expansion is going to be about as good as Dragonflight. That's what it seems like to me. It feels like this expansion is a lot of the same vibe and, you know, just like in general, like kind of experience that Dragonflight had. So like if you like Dragonflight and you were happy with Dragonflight, 80 horde on the beach, they're gathered. Oh, I don't care about 80s. Why would I care about 80s? Like, what do you want me to like actually do PvP? Fuck that. More girl leaders. It was like I've said this before, right? I think it's like really kind of weird how like every single character in a leadership position almost inside of at least the Alliance campaign was like female. It's like feels pretty forced, you know? They're pushing it hard. Yeah, it's like it's just weird to me. And Anduin's still crying. Yeah, I know. Anduin's such a pussy. It's amazing how much of a bitch he is. Low levels are showing up on the beach. Okay, we're gonna start looking. As I said, I'll give it 10 more minutes or so. Okay. Oh, here's somebody. Never mind. That's a level 80. What about this guy? Both level 80s. Yeah, guys, these are all level 80s. We don't... Why would we care about level 80s? This is dumb. Yeah, pussy. Yeah, this is stupid. Like, why do we even care about this? Oh, wow. There's some moon boy. Look at him. This guy's gonna... Why would you even do this? You're gonna get destroyed. Idiot.
Got a real troublemaker on our hands. Take them on, if you think you're up to it.
Oh, wow. They're gonna get wiped. What's the fee for injury?
Alright, we'll come back to that.
I think that bringing back, maybe not literally, but metaphorically, public executions for big official people that defy and actively break laws and hurt people is a good thing. I would say put that fucker in jail and shut down the site. Charging against Telegram's CEO. He faces 30 years. 30 years for what? What's this? Press release. Founder CEO instant messaging service Telegram arrested at the airport. Measure comes into context. Judicial investigation. Complicity. Webmastering an online platform in order to enable illegal transaction and organized group. Refusal to communicate at the request of competent authorities information or documents necessary for carrying out and operating interceptions allowed by the law. Complicity possessing pornographic images of minors. That sounds bad. Distributing, offering, or making available pornographic images of minors in organized groups. That also sounds bad. Acquiring, transporting, possessing, or offering or selling of narcotic substances. Yeah, who cares about that? Let's see, next. Offering, making available without legitimate reason, equipment, tools, or data designed to adapt to get access to damage the operation of automatic data program. Sounds bad. Complicity, organized fraud. Criminal association with a view to committing crime as an offense punishable by 5 or more years. Providing a cryptology services aiming to ensure confidentiality without secure declaration. So Something bullshit? This is the way that I look at it. I think that if you run a service and the government wants to figure out, like, they think somebody on your service is committing a crime and you don't cooperate with the authorities, I think that they should shut you down. It's not even a question, right? He's not moderating. Yeah, they want him in jail. Because, like, L-Take? No, you think this is L-Take. So, like, let's look at this in the context of, like, obviously, what's happening on Telegram. Clearly, there's people sending child porn around. Like, what are we talking around it for? Like, that's what's happening. So, like, if there's people sending child porn back and forth on this website...
Yo. I got choked up. Lemon Zulu, yo, what's up, bro? Like the new cell, what is he going on about? Telegram. The guy who made Telegram got arrested in Paris. Basically drugs and porn. Telegram is like an encrypted messaging platform. So drug dealers and other people use it.
And this dude doesn't want to give their information to the police, then I don't know, as a voter and a person who's part of that country, I would say put that fucker in jail and shut down the site. Shut him down. Because we make the rules, you don't make the rules. You exist in our rules, and these are the rules. You follow the rules or you're in fucking jail. That's what I fucking think. It's not even a question. Like, it's not even, like, what are we even talking about? By that logic, 4chan would be shut down 10 years ago? No, you're not understanding the logic. If there is evidence, I'm not saying that the government should be able to survey everything at all times, but if they have made an investigation, they have sufficient evidence, and they have reasonable cause for asking for the information, then I think that if a company does not comply with that, then the company should be charged with being complicit with the behavior. This is a completely normal reaction that anybody would say. You're so ignorant? No, I'm not. You are so stupid if you disagree with this. This is crazy. Like, I'm not talking about mass surveillance. I'm not talking about them reading every message. I never said that. I never said that. I don't mean that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about if the authorities have reasonable cause, they have evidence, and they have everything to say, we think this person is doing slippery slope. No, it's fucking not. Like, let's think about this in any other scenario, okay? Let's say somebody commits a crime at a gas station, and the gas station has a surveillance camera. Do you think that the person with the surveillance camera should have to give that footage to the police? In my opinion, abso-fucking-lutely. Abso-fucking-lutely they should. Yes. Judging a black and white situation, full-on monitoring or zero monitoring? Yes. It's called warrants? Yeah, they have a warrant. Absolutely. With a fucking warrant. Absolutely. There was no way to check to see if authorities are reasonable. I don't know. Imagine escaping from Russia so you wouldn't be arrested. Did the CEO actually do all this? Like, yeah, fuck, let's make a platform to child porn, do all this. Like, can they prove intent? I think that if he doesn't cooperate with the authorities, then at a certain point he is complicit in the behavior. Now, to that extent, because I do think that obviously, like, there is a balancing act between preserving the data and the privacy of individuals while at the same time being accountable to the law. Like, both of these things are true at the same time. But I think that if you are not respecting the laws and you are not complying with those laws, is protecting our privacy, not defending criminals, you understand that you can defend a criminal's privacy, right? Like, that's a very bad argument, that you're reframing something in a way that sounds different, but it's actually the same thing in a lot of cases. So yes. Okay, you get backdoor to the government? Well, here's what I would do, right? Is that if I were the government and there were people that were making like they had a VPN or something like that, and people were using this tool and they were committing terrorist acts or they were sending child porn to each other, and then the people that were running that said, we're not going to give you a back door, I'd just put all of them in jail. And I'd shut it down. That's what I would do. Instantaneously. Without even a doubt. Without a second. Why jail, though? To send an example to anybody else who thinks they're going to do the same thing. Put them in jail for what crime? Being complicit in crimes and not cooperating with law enforcement? And being an accessory to crimes? Knowingly? What do you mean? I can probably think of 50 other things you can put somebody in jail for, too. Like, yeah, it's not even a question. Obstruction? Harboring crime? Yeah. I'm not saying... Listen, guys, I'm not saying that they should be put in jail ahead of time. I'm not saying that they should look at everything ahead of time. I'm saying that if there's evidence, then they should be able to look into it. What crimes, though? Where would they have to find a crime first? What do you mean? They find crimes like this all the time. It's super popular. It's super, super popular. You crazy? That's a technicality. It's a reason you can put an individual in jail, though. Yeah, disagree, because they can always use that excuse to have a backdoor look. Of course they can. And that's why you need accountability for the government. But at the same time, you need to, so both of these things are true. You cannot have a world where companies are not accountable to the government. There is a food chain here. And the food chain is very simple. The government is above the companies. Companies exist in the way that the government allows them to exist. A company is not a company is an idea. It's not a real thing. This is something that is an abstraction. So the fact that it is existing is because of the government. So the government defines it, the government can control it. That's the way it works. So yes. Fuck the government? You're going to say fuck the government until something like this happens with somebody else, and then you're going to be glad they're there. Yeah, companies are not above the law. Companies are not above the law. Now, I talk about this a lot. Is this happening with Telegram? Because these are like, this is like my philosophy on it. Is this happening with Telegram? I don't know. Did the CEO know? Maybe this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I think that bringing back, maybe not literally, but metaphorically, public executions for big official people that defy and actively break laws and hurt people is a good thing. Like, remember whenever we killed Saddam Hussein? Big W. And I think that Vietnam killed somebody recently. Huge W. So I think that when you take somebody who's a CEO, somebody who's in charge of this, and you put their fucking head metaphorically, metaphorically on the chopping block, rather than have 3 or 4 fall guys that had nothing to do with it, then you actually see change. That's what I fucking think. Nah, W, Saddam was a badass? For sure, man. For sure. And so L take on Saddam? For sure. The government is refusing to give information on people committing legitimate crimes like child trafficking, drugs, etc. Yeah. The future will be distributed, decentralized. Boomers don't get it. Nothing can be decentralized. You're just going to have the government come in and figure out whoever has the information. Like, do you really think, like, listen, I've talked to people that work in the FBI. Like, there's like this, and there is a big issue, right? There's like a huge competency issue inside of like government, like enforcement agencies, where like you have some people that are part of these agencies that are like basically Paul Blart Mall Cop, right? You do. But you have other guys. These guys are really smart. Like, this is their job. They've been doing it for 15 years. They're really good at it. Yes. Like, they can't even find a crook's digital footprint. People say they can't find it. Most of the time when people can't find stuff, it's because the government can't care. The government doesn't give a shit. That's why it happens. If the government wants to find something, they'll find it. And so, yeah, if anything's legal, found on Starforge PC, go after Asmon. That's different. Do you want to know why it's different? It's because we're not trying to actively hide it. So there's nothing. You're Jesus Christ. How are you so stupid? How are you so How do you get through the day? How do you exist? How do you do this? It was a joke, brother. Okay. All right. Haha. Let's move on. But I know that there's other people that say the same thing that are not joking. That's what makes me mad. And so, yes. I think that, by the way, putting the CEO in jail, putting the people in the board of directors in jail, putting their heads on a chopping block, that's what you do. That's what you do, and you do that a few times, and shit like this stops happening immediately. That's what I think. So, yeah. And let's see here. Talking real or joking? Yeah. No matter who you are, the ISP will find out, and the government will get the information one way or another. Absolutely. So, yeah. He doesn't hide it either. He's just not providing the back door. Yeah, of course. Why does a Russia-based company need to abide by the rules of France? They don't, but when the guy shows up in France, what are you going to do? Like, let's say somebody from Afghanistan was here in America, and this person committed crimes, but we couldn't get them in Afghanistan, but they showed up here in America. I immediately put his ass in jail. Gotcha, bitch. Shouldn't have been here. Gotcha now. Yep, you're not leaving anymore. And that'd be it. He shouldn't have been in the French airport then. He should have known that. Yep. Absolutely. It's sad but true. It's different, though. I mean, he said, bro, he said August at the outskirts of Paris. Now, last time I checked, Paris is in France. Yeah, I don't know what to say. He has French citizenship? Well, either way, if he's in France, that's what's going to happen. What's preventing these countries and leaders from leaving the country once their leaders are pushed into prison? Bliss or not, all these companies leave, the economy dies, and the country with it. Simple. You just do what China does. You want to know why companies don't do that in other countries? It's because they just nationalize the fucking company and put the people that are doing it in jail. It's easy. It's so it's literally so fucking easy. Like, again, the companies think that they have power because they don't have to deal with the government. The government has power and they kill you. The company has power and you get banned on a social media platform. Okay? Like, I don't think people understand the power scaling here, okay? Like, Apple is not as powerful as the government. It's not the way goddamn dictator Asmon. It's not a dictator. This is what the people would want. This is what any group of people would want. Anytime, and by the way, there are a million regulations that companies don't want that people have gotten together and forced on companies against their will. Because that's what laws are. It's crazy that people can't see that. The complicity accusation is a little bit too easy. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's why I'm curious about this. I don't see them doing this for any other social media CEOs. It's almost like you didn't comply with adding backdoors for them to spy on people. Yes, I know that. And the West is just as bad as China was spying on their people. They're just quieter about it. Yeah, I think if the government has a warrant, they should be able to figure out what you're doing on a website. Absolutely. It's not even a question. Like, it's not, like, I don't think they should be able to do it without any restriction, but if they have probable cause and a warrant, they absolutely should. It's not even, like, I can't even imagine thinking otherwise. A country fighting a civil population with no military, wanting to censor its information platform because it lost stuff to hackers. Is that not the same thing as the government do with Facebook, Twitter, etc.? No, because Twitter and Facebook were working with the government. It was different. Let's see here. Irish person basically rejected the principles of privacy of Telegram, so they arrested for that. Respected the principles of privacy. Well, I mean, if the principles of privacy involve not complying with the law, I mean, it's crazy that this person thinks that the principles of a private company overrule the law. Like, you think that like your company's like mission statement overrules the law? Are you retarded? Unbelievable that you see so many people defending this. Crazy. What the hell's wrong with these people? It's the same with NDA. Yeah, it's amazing. Unbelievable. Willing to bet your ass tons of data that got denied. Pedals and criminals have always, unfortunately, had access to ways to communicate between them. I'm against mass surveillance, and I explicitly don't want a country that realized convicted pedophiles in prison to monitor me. No, of course, right? I don't think I'm against mass surveillance either. But when there's a probable cause and a warrant, then I think that you should absolutely have to comply. And if a company doesn't comply, heads need to roll. That's what I fucking think. That's my opinion on it. And whether the Telegram CEO did this or not, I think we're going to have to wait and find out. We don't know that yet. That's why there are charges being brought against them. And this will be discovered in court, and we'll see what happens.
Wonder what'll happen. I've been hearing a lot about the Telegram guy.
Oh, I wanted to watch why so many young men are leaving the Democrats for Republicans.
58% of young people lean Democratic. 2012, 53%. And in the last two major election years, that percentage held steady at 55%. But in 2023, that number dipped for the first time since 2005. And you'll notice right here, they've started to lean more Republican. And that's partly because of one specific group, young men. Young men have increased their support of the Republican Party from 35% to 48%, a 13 percentage point increase in just 7 years. And this is a new trend. While 2020 exit polls show that young men backed Biden by 15%.
We are literally the last political space online that is a holdout, that is majority men, that isn't like insanely politically. It's not even a joke. Straight up. All of that red pill content has created this like insane vacuum, dude. Andrew Tate, hustle culture, PUA, all this red pill manosphere. It's really fucked up. Gender wars on TikTok don't help either.
Percentage points. A February 2024 Wall Street Journal poll found they favored Trump by 14 percentage points. And this loss of young male voters is a major issue for the Democratic Party going into November. The question now, can Kamala Harris bring some back? Here's what's driving young men to support Republicans and what it could mean for the presidential election to come.
America great again.
I'm not gonna lie, I also think men are getting dumber, and it's genuinely terrifying. Like, men are so young men are so predisposed to like right-wing radicalization. We're getting dumber, bro. We are. Worse educational outcomes overall, like year over year. It's actually getting worse. Hassan speaking French. Bro, when I say we, I'm a man, okay? And at a certain point, I was a young man, okay? This isn't how I like was born into the planet. I don't know if you know this.
When we ask young voters, what issue is most important to you when you go to cast a vote? Among young men, it's the economy. Among young women, it's abortion.
17% of men say the economy is the most important issue, followed by democracy and immigration. Whereas for young women, the top issue is abortion, by a lot.
Why is this happening? Well, we put the reasons into two different buckets. One is the life experiences that young men and young women are having. Those life experiences are diverging.
Young men without a college degree have seen the greatest decline in labor force participation.
Yeah, see, they're literally saying what I was talking about. Like, this is a major issue. This is a major problem.
Meanwhile, a record 87% of college-educated women are in the workforce. And today, women make up 60% of college graduates.
This division that we're seeing between young men and young women, it goes beyond who they're going to vote for Congress or president. It goes to a range of policy issues. So then let's look at what the government is offering. The Biden administration has moved to forgive federally funded student loans. That affects young women more than young men.
During the 2019-2020 school year, 49% of female undergraduate students took out loans, compared to only 42% of male undergraduates. And 66% of all student debt is carried by women.
The young women favored forgiving.
Yeah, that's because they're going to school at higher rates. Like, that's it. Just showed the previous graph that literally tells you why 66% women taking the student loans, because they're the ones who are actually going and pursuing higher education when men are not. The party differences have basically become firm on rural versus urban divide in terms of where people are. And the other divide is college education versus high school education, except for white people. White men specifically do buck that trend a little bit.
Student loans by 45 percentage points. The young men were about equally divided. I mean, that's a big difference.
Meanwhile, young men support extending Trump's tax cuts by 23 percentage points, which cut the corporate tax rate and reduced some individual income tax.
There's nothing funnier than being under the age of 35, being like, I worry about the economy, and then advocating for tax cuts for corporations at the top marginal tax rate. It's like, dude, you are so stupid, dude. You are like, what are you? You are the biggest, most gullible moron on the planet. They are running your pockets, dumbass. They are running your pockets. What are you saying? Like, you think that helps you, dude? You think that that touches you? The only capital you own is a busted Honda Civic that your older brother handed down to you.
And now, because of our tax cuts, you can keep more of your hard-earned money.
You're at the Democrat.
But women oppose the proposed extension by 20 percentage points, a full 43-point difference.
That's data that goes...
Like, extending Trump's tax cuts is so funny. You get $5 in your pocket, and all of the tax cuts that were made permanent are for corporations at the top marginal tax rate, you know? I mean, motherfuckers are, like, advocating for their own demise.
like this. Young men headed in one direction and young women in the other. That's a big difference. Data does not usually segment young voters that remarkably. This is something new.
Which brings us back to this chart. 22% of young female voters say abortion is their #1 issue in this election, a key aspect of Harris's campaign.
We trust women to make decisions about their own body.
Only 3% of young male voters said the same. And young men and women stacked up differently on other issues as well. With immigration, Trump's policies are much more likely to be supported by men than women. Men support deploying troops at the border by 10 percentage points, whereas women oppose this policy by 15 points.
Bro, who do you think is gonna get deployed? Oh my God, these people are so... This is what I mean, dog. This is what I mean. 18 to 29, net share in support is 10% for deploying troops in support of Trump's border policies. Like, build the wall, by the way, is unpopular among young men. Detain and deport is unpopular among young men, but they want to deploy troops. By the way, build the wall is so unpopular that, like, again, like, detain and deport is unpopular, build the wall is unpopular. This goes back to the point that I was making. You just have to remember that. Like, across the board, for everyone under the age of 18 to 29, both building the wall and detaining and deporting are unpopular. Much more unpopular for women, but still unpopular for men as well. Just remember that. Real cool that the Democratic Party is going on at least one of those, where with the right-wing border wall bill that they're presenting as though it's bipartisan.
And when it comes to building the wall, one of Trump's key immigration policies, men are only slightly leaning towards opposition, but women overwhelmingly oppose it. These gaps are hard to explain just by differences in lived experience, which brings us to the second thing that explains the gap between young men and women.
What are the candidates and what are the parties saying to young voters? Donald Trump and the Republican Party are putting out a lot of messages expressly intended to appeal to young men. Donald Trump has gone to Ultimate Fighting Championship matches. He recently appeared on the podcast of Logan Paul. He went to a sneaker convention to sell his own brand of sneakers.
We got to get young people out to vote.
These are audiences that are overwhelmingly male and overwhelmingly filled with young men. And it's a way that Donald Trump and his campaign have been saying, hey, young men, I'm with you. I'm on the same page as you. I understand you.
Meanwhile,
a lot of the messaging from the Democratic Party has been towards issues that are more salient for women.
When I am President of the United States, I will sign into law the protections for reproductive freedom.
So what does this mean for November? Young women historically vote at higher rates than young men. But experts say that with a tight election, the Democratic Party will need to draw in as many votes as possible. The next challenge for the Republican Party will be figuring out how to turn these young male supporters.
Kids are into Trump because of streamers and podcasts, not sneakers. No, I think kids are into Trump because they're not even directly into Trump, but they're getting beamed an unlimited amount of right-wing sentiment from all the podcasters and streamers, PUA space, all this stupid shit. I think that's what it is. They're coming of age under the Biden administration. Understandably, the culture war dictates that there is going to be a pendulum swing in the other direction, just like there was one under the Trump administration, where a lot of the youth, many of you, when you were young, were super libbed up, okay, and radicalizing during COVID. Now, many of you are no longer young. You grew up in that 4, 5, 6, 8 year time frame, okay? A lot of young men are developing this kind of sentiment. A lot of young men are just developing this kind of sentiment in the insane algorithms that they have, where every outlet, like whether it be financial advice, whether it be dating advice, whether it be fitness advice, every single one of those is primed. Every single type of like interest that young people have, young men have specifically, is like overtly and unimaginably right-wing. It's like dominated by right-wing forces. The irony, of course, is that like I'm interested in a lot of those things as well. And I present myself in the way that I do, but you know, I get belittled by a lot of like super insecure men on the red pill side who say I'm gay as though it's like a bad thing to be gay. But automatically, if you're like an insecure teenager, insecure about your own sexuality, you do think it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's just like, there's not really much you could do. Barstool conservatism. Yeah. I do legitimately think, though, that the reason for why this is happening is because of Andrew Tate style content creators in general. Half of my male cousins in the 7th and 9th grade are very right-wing incels who watch Tate is so awful, and they're transphobic and racist, and their parents have no idea about what they do on the internet. Yeah. It's crazy. Like every aspect of Gen Z existence for men specifically is dominated by right-wing charlatans. Did we see a right-wing pendulum swing like this? Yeah, Gamergate. Yeah, that's precisely what happened. Gamergate. My 15-year-old nephew f***s with Andrew Tate hard. Please, I need advice on how to deal with him with the uncle-nephew bond. I think you just gotta belittle those people. Like, not your nephew. I'm saying, like, the Andrew Tates and whatnot. Like, you just gotta make fun of them for the clowns that they are, for the weirdos that they are. Because the biggest problem is those guys are obviously very insecure, right? And fixing this problem requires long-term commitment, which you can have as the uncle-nephew bond is irreplaceable, as you know. So it's not even about taking him away from the Andrew Tate style commentary channels or whatever. It's about actually getting him to develop confidence in himself, in and of itself. That's how you fix this issue. Because a lot of men, a lot of young men, myself included, like when I was young, I was insecure, you know? A lot of young men are genuinely insecure. They're also hormone-addled weirdos in general. And I think that in that space, when there's so much anxiety about your future prospects and you're like getting beamed gender war on TikTok nonstop, and that's your only form of content that you're enjoying, and every minute interest that you might have, from anime to working out to fashion, like or music, every single thing is like inundated with right-wing propaganda. You're inevitably going to start having those opinions. These guys prey on the vulnerable insecurity that a lot of young men have. I think this tweet shows a very old meme about how conservative culture is just woman hatred and insecurity. You can learn more about modern conservatism from this video than every op-ed conservative intellectual in the New York Times, Washington Post, National Review, and Atlantic combined. Illuminati bot, dark reality of modern marriage, disrupt the family unit to easily control the next generation. This has 2.9 million likes, bro, on TikTok. The romance is gone and doesn't give me...
Sorry, that was really funny.
You know, attention. Yeah, girl, you deserve better. Facebook, you're so beautiful. I can't stop thinking about you. Is a black man. This is like, of course. A white man has been here. Okay, this is a white man's meme. How do you know? Cuck porn. Okay, classic. People in the comments said this is from 2012 and that it actually ends with suicide. Come on, let me come over for coffee while he's at work. Okay, but just for coffee and chat. How could you do this to me? He made me feel special. Divorce. She gets all the money. He's having sex with her. The kids are gonna hate me. We miss daddy. Your daddy is living a new life. He doesn't have time for you. It's your father's fault because he mistreated me and ignored me for years. Thank you everyone for your support. What an asshole. It's what? That you had to go through all that? I'll always be there for you. These are the white male feminists. Your dad is probably out there with a new girlfriend while I take care of you kids. Woof woof. Time for bed, kids. And then she's white male feminist. I'm depressed and lonely. I don't know what to do. Try online dating. Don't even bother if you're shorter than 6'2" and don't have a hot body. Must have a lot of money and treat me like a princess. My kids always come first. Plenty of fish. This part is always so funny to me because, like, you're doing the same thing. You're saying she's fat and ugly and how dare she have preferences. But, like, inside of that meme, you're demonstrating that you have preferences. It's like everyone has preferences, dude. What do you mean? It's not like a one-sided equation. You are literally doing the preference thing in the meme by pointing to her and being like, she's fat and ugly. How dare she have preferences? This happened to me. I'm the stick figure infographic guy. Well, he kills himself in the end of this meme, so... Remember, kids, daddy loves you a lot. Whatever, dad. We know that you have a new girlfriend and don't have time for us. Why did you tell the kids that I have a new girlfriend and I didn't have time for them? Because it's probably true. And don't try to talk shit about me to them or you'll never get to see them again. Divorce court strikes again. Thank you, everyone, for your support on Facebook. What an asshole. It sucks that you had to go through that. I'll always be there for you. He's mad. He breaks his computer. No more. Oh, I guess he doesn't kill himself in the end of this. This is literally how Elon Musk formed his political opinions. Yeah, so this meme is obviously a very old meme, but that's why this attitude is precisely the reason why the largest signifier that you are a likely Trump supporter or a likely Republican voter among every unique demographic group is if you are a divorced dad, okay? It's not even a joke. They are literally like, yeah, their divorce court is a +9 Republican swing for men. Divorced men being 9 points higher in their support for Trump when compared to all other men is hilarious. All voters have a +7 swing. Divorce voters have a +56 swing. I mean, not +56, 56%. 9 points higher than like the average man. It is the highest likelihood that you will be a Trump voter. Not much higher than married voters. Still 6 points higher than married voters. Across all voters, 47% of all men say they are supporting Donald Trump. Across married voters is 50% of married men that say they're supporting Donald Trump. 56% of divorced men are saying they're supporting Donald Trump. That is a larger difference than anything else, okay?
That's a big difference.
What's going on? Hello, you want a photo?
Yeah, I'd like a photo, yeah. Man.
What's going on? Hello, you want a photo?
Yeah, I'd like a photo, yeah.
Okay, just take it out, selfie.
Hold on.
Are you actually? He's actually doing it.
How you doing?
What's up? What's up, hotties for Harris? Okay.
What are you doing?
Hey, what's happening? Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
How am I doing? We just got fucking yelled at.
Wait, for what? You want me to talk to somebody?
No, you have, dude. I would actually love, because he would go boss mode so quick. If they treated him like the way they treated us upstairs, you would go fucking mental.
Let me know the story.
Oh, we had to clear out the space so that Elizabeth Warren could do like her speaking engagement.
I'll talk to Liz, and we'll get it taken care of.
Okay, thanks. Thank you. All right, yeah. I'm starving. I'm gonna look for protein.
You should watch sketches by wizards with guns. Maybe one day. What's up, DL?
You want to come?
Yeah, sure. I'm hungry.
All right, let's do it.
Are you getting like food? You want
yeah,
food?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean food? Is there food here?
I'll buy your lunch.
Wait, what? No, I don't want to. There's like lounge food. It's perfectly fine.
No, the lounge food isn't as good. There's like food trucks.
There's food trucks here?
Yeah, there's food trucks.
Where? All right.
Can we take a photo?
Yeah.
Okay, someone told us to take a photo with you. I'm Sarah, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Sarah. Who told you to take a photo?
Oh, yeah. Possible.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Let's do it. Should we?
All right. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
How do I? Oh. I get it.
Thank you.
Right there. All right. You too. Have a good one. All right. Yeah. Let's go to. Let's go to gate 6.
Okay. All
These
right.
fucking food trucks. I had no idea, bro.
All right. Let me see what the chat's up to. Got to see what's going on. Hello. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Have I broken this microphone yet? see here.
Saved Austin. Yeah, I wanted to, obviously, can they hear you?
Yeah, they can hear me.
Wait, hold on, let me see. At the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break.
Yep. There is at the top of the hour.
Too. I just thought it'd be funny. Hey.
So, folks, we are live here from the Democratic National Convention, where tonight,
We're
Bill
live.
Clinton, Tim Walz, Pete Buttigieg are all going to speak this evening.
They're saying Austin is quiet.
Oh. Is this better? Can you guys hear me?
-3 for that dance. Hey, how about minus fucking 3 minutes for those who are unsubscribed at the top of the
Jesus Christ,
hour?
I'm so shiny. Do you have any blotting papers, Marsh?
Oh my God, why would he? Why would he have that? All right, here's the 3-minute ad break now. All right, let's go. Let's boogie.
Okay.
I have limited time to eat.
All right. Okay. So there is a gate 6. I believe has food trucks.
All right, let's do it.
Let me ask somebody that may know
Let's
what
ask
they're
this
doing.
guy.
Excuse me,
Yo,
sir.
my man.
Oh.
Where's gate 6? Which way is gate 6?
I'm going here right now.
Oh,
you're going there right now?
Can we
All right,
go with
well,
you? Okay, perfect.
All right.
All right.
If someone comes up, can you do security?
Yeah,
and be
can
like,
you
no,
security
you
escort?
can't.
Yeah. Excuse us.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. He's not. So,
What's up?
are you going to stay for Bill Clinton's speech tonight?
No.
No?
No, of course not.
Okay. Neither am
But
I.
it's not even because of like Bill Clinton per se,
Yeah.
but I have another.
Oh, sure. Yes, we will.
Sorry.
Yep. Are the food courts this way? Is there a food truck? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You missed Hotties for Harris last night.
Yeah, because I'm fucking dying, dude. I'm tired.
I was at Hotties for Harris. You missed it. It was a party. We were drinking, having a good time.
I'm not a hottie.
You know who
that's
I
why.
met?
Bro, that's the craziest.
Yo,
What is that?
Yo, you know who I met?
Who?
The guy that Walter. You know the guy that goes, got it, making fun of the Turning Point USA guy?
Yeah. I met him.
Walter.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, he's the man.
He used to work for the Young Turks.
Did he really?
Yeah.
And I also met Taylor
Lorenz.
Taylor Lorenz.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, I met a lot of people. I walked past Tim Kaine.
In the membrane?
No.
Tim Kaine in the membrane was there?
I walked past him. No, I just walked past him as I was on my interview. with
Okay,
the
now
Associated Press.
I'm mad that I missed this.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
Tim Kaine appearance. Don't even fucking start with me right now.
Wait, are you serious? Are you
No.
upset? Are you jealous? Did I
I
get
mean,
one up on you?
I'm joking. I'm joking, but
okay.
like, this motherfucker actually wanted to go, and he was like, "Come on, let's go."
Yeah.
And he was worried that like if I don't go, he's not gonna be able to ego like. He wanted me to come so I could ego our way in if they were like, "Oh, you can't come in. Sorry, we're at capacity." And he
It's a fair request.
and he was
You
worried.
haven't thought that, Austin. Like, you haven't thought that.
What? I haven't thought what?
Using Hassan's cloud for your own benefit.
No, I've already been using it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was talking to somebody last night, and they're like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I do a podcast with Hassan Piker. I don't know if you're familiar."
Make it seem like you're a
no,
political
I was
commentator?
like, no, I was trying to secure an interview with Pete Buttigieg. I was talking to somebody whose boss was Pete Buttigieg, and so I started just talking about you and how we'd love to have him on the podcast, and we don't really talk about politics on the podcast.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think